Hi, good afternoon. We're here with Zoe Bishop from Torchlight Marketing. How you doing, Zoe?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Nice to be here.
Yes, lovely to have you with us. So, looking forward to the interview. If you could start us off by just telling us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it for, please.
Yeah, sure. So I am Zoe Bishop, like I said, from Torchlight Marketing. I'm a wellness copywriter and an advocate of all things that support well-being. I've been in the well-being kind of space specifically for the last 9 months, but I bring like a lifetime of wellness experiences and 20 years of copywriting experience to help people get their message across through copywriting.
Brilliant.
Um, yeah, so that's kind of what I do as a day job. I'm also a brand ambassador for Inspire Now Daily, which is a productivity journal. And I'm also a regular contributor on Yawa Radio, which is your health and wellbeing radio.
Brilliant. Lots going on there. So, just to kind of reflect, as we like to ask everyone that comes on the pandemic and the kind of effects that have had on businesses and the people that run them, what would you say is the biggest impact of that for you, or was the biggest impact of that for you?
Yeah, I think for me was just survival. Like millions and millions of others, I was having to run my own business and homeschool, pretty much like single-handedly. So yeah, kind of keeping everything ticking over. I was very lucky in that I managed to keep the clients that I had already like on board. I managed to keep them all throughout the pandemic. But so yeah, it was just basically trying to, get through, navigate, trying to work and homeschool and do everything. Yeah, just like everybody else, really.
Pretty hectic time, yeah. Homeschool, that word will send fear into
Yeah,
the the minds of many parents, I'm sure, every time they hear
absolutely.
that. Um,
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that. So, were there any, in terms of that period and then coming out of it, any actions that you had to take as a business that have actually stuck and thought, "Do you know what, there's an improvement there, or there's a way of working that will be kept, and I didn't realize that before," if that makes
Yeah,
sense?
and to be honest, I don't know if they were like a result of the pandemic, but over the last couple of years, I've done a lot of work on my own self-development. So kind of throughout that period, I learned, a lot about setting boundaries, and it's the importance of self-care, particularly like within that time. So I think those are the kind of lessons, like personally, but also from a business point of view, just in terms of how when you run your own business, it never stays still. It's always growing, it's always adapting, it's always changing. And I kind of, yeah, I learned a lot about those things through like my own self-development and through everything else that was going on, like around you. I think we all learned from the pandemic about adaptability, changing to suit the environment. We learned a lot about that as well.
Definitely the speed of change as well, because it was literally overnight things were
Mhm.
changing and happening. So that speed was an opportunity as well as a challenge, let's say.
Yeah.
So what does the future look like for you from where you stand at the moment, what you can see, and what do you see as the main challenges as well?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I feel like, challenges are all opportunities. Like for me, it's a really exciting time, because, I've been changing and adapting like Torchlight Marketing, pretty much from when I started it. I started off offering just generic marketing. Then I kind of pivoted into offering Pinterest management. And then from that, I kind of went more into the copywriting side because I realized, and this is one of the big lessons, is that, you really want to do things where your strengths are. My strengths were writing. So a lot of Pinterest is all graphic design and keeping up to date with all of that. And to me, it was the descriptions I enjoyed, and I've always loved the copywriting side of marketing. So that was a really big discovery for me. So then, and from there, I then started 9 months ago to actually niche down to the wellness sector. So it's really exciting for me because it's all fairly new. So I'm engaging with lots of people from that sector. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to kind of getting my name out there as a wellness copywriter. And yeah, really kind of embracing that space.
Fantastic. So kind of moving on to yourself, I know we've touched on it about the lessons from the pandemic. So the answer to this may be similar or the same, or there may be a wider lesson that you've learned. But since being in business and being a business owner, is there one lesson learning that sort of stands out above all others?
Your gut, listen to your gut. Always, yeah, there's so many. I think listen to your gut. Your gut instinct is usually right. Also believe in yourself. Like, you know, one of my favorite quotes is she believed she could and she did. Like, so just that, you know, self-belief. Keep, you know, getting up, keep believing. Small steps, like, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. And also for me, like what I've learned specifically over the last few years is don't ever scrimp on self-development. So that could be, you know, whether that's like listening to podcasts, or whether it's reading, or whether it's, you know, gaining knowledge from others who are a little bit further down the line from you, or whether that is coaching, or, you know, investing in people that, you know, can really support your growth.
Sure thing. The biggest investment you can make is in yourself, as you kind of reflect on there. That's a good share. Thank you. So if we were to go back in time and meet you at 18, again, it's kind of similar sort of question really, but different answers do come out. In hindsight, if you were to offer some advice, what would that advice be to Zoe at 18, starting out, say, on a career or potentially going into business? If there's a piece of advice you could offer an 18-year-old Zoe, what would that be?
Yeah, I guess it is kind of similar, but just, yeah, be confident, like be confident in your own abilities. Always, you know, believe that you can get where you want to be. Visualize as well, you know, really kind of play out where you want to be in your life. And kind of most importantly, have fun while you're doing it as well. Meet people, network with as many people as you can. But yeah, enjoy the journey, and always remember that there will be highs and lows, but on those days, you know, the highs massively like outweigh the lows usually.
Yeah, sure thing. That's great. Thank you. And then what inspires you to do what you do? So it could be people that you work with, it could be family, as you mentioned, things that you read and you listen to. What kind of inspiration do you use to?
Yeah, I get loads of inspiration from different places. So like my tribe, I call them, like around me, and whether that's like my family, my friends, people that I work with, my associates, people that I've met on LinkedIn, people I've met through courses that I've done. So it's all that real, like, you know, connection and relationships. Books, love a good book. A few of some great ones I've read: The Secret, The Chimp Paradox, and yesterday I finished Atomic Habits. So I would just say, like, you know, it goes back to the self-development, you know, or keep surrounding yourself by those types of things. I also listen to a podcast called The Profile. And yeah, and I'm a huge Madonna fan as well. Whether you like her or hate her, I think she is such an inspiring person in terms of, you know, telling people that they can always go out there and get what they want.
Love that. Great share. Thank you very much. Some good recommendations for reading there as well. So lastly, in terms of finding out a little bit more about what you do, is there any latest news you'd like to share, or perhaps even it's just telling us about a website that we can go to find out more about you and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so the best place is just to go to my website, which is torchlightmarketing.co.uk. On there you find all my contact details. You'll also find details of the Inspire Now journal, and how you can save 10% on that. You can find me on LinkedIn under the profile Zoe R. Bishop. And if you want to listen to an inspiring radio, which is full of great personal development content and great music, no news, no ads, then head over to Yowah, which is YOWAH.co.uk.
Fantastic. Zoe, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I wish you all the best for the future and in you and your business.
Thank you.